So Iron Man 3.
Yes.
What do you have to say about it?
Well, the Avengers kicked off the summer movie season, of course, last year, made $1.5 billion, became 2012's highest grossing film. While this isn't my favorite in the Iron Man series, it's probably the most emotional and action-packed entry. And this third Tony Stark saga has an interesting framework. Stark is actually telling the story to an unseen until the end person, and therefore to us. And things begin before Stark became Iron Man, in what is actually a prequel of the first film. It's New Year's Eve 1999, and Stark meets a botanist named Maya, played by Rebecca Hall, and Aldrich, Guy Pearce, a wacky scientist looking to get Stark and Maya to join him in his experimental work on regeneration. Tony snubs him and admits in his narration that he made an enemy that night. Fast forward to present day, and Stark is doing what he loves best, building new Iron Man suits. He's up to 42 of them now. But he's not been the same since the chaotic battles in New York City that took place in the Avengers. Girlfriend Pepper Potts, Gwyneth Paltrow, can tell that too. Tony can't sleep and is suffering from anxiety attacks. And there's a new evil force in the world who needs to be dealt with. The Mandarin, Sir Ben Kingsley, has been terrorizing the world, with the United States and the President as his main target. So Iron Man and War Machine, now called Iron Patriot, and once again played by Don Cheadle, are called into action. But saving the day this time will be tougher than ever.
Now, third time around with these main characters,
right.
But a new director, right?
That's right, Shane Black, and he directed Downey Jr. in 2005's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and he takes over for Jon Favreau. He directed the first two, and Black delivers a great-looking film. It's a little more serious than the first two Iron Man films, and one of the weak points, in my opinion, about the Tony Stark really doesn't have as many clever lines, and the first half hour or so is kind of rough. It gets off to a slow start with Jon Favreau's character, Happy Hogan, who's now the head of security for Stark Enterprises. Those scenes were unnecessarily forced into the film, maybe as a favor to Favreau, and they're just not good.
Okay. So now most of the superhero films really need great villains to work,
right.
Obviously. So how are the bad guys here?
The bad guys are pretty good. The Mandarin and Aldrich are nasty enough, and Guy Pearce and Sir Ben Kingsley give good performances. There's a nice twist about halfway through involving these villains that avoids the typical terrorist looking to destroy the world storyline.
Now, I know you've said that this Tony Stark Iron Man character is the perfect role for Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
Does he deliver again? And how about the other characters? How about everybody else?
Yeah, there have been few better matches in modern movie history than Downey Jr. and Tony Stark. He delivers it, he nails it here again, and Paltrow proves that she's not only the most beautiful woman in the world, according to People magazine, but that she can handle an intense action scene or two.
Now, families, including young kids, are going to be packing the theaters for the next several weekends.
Yes.
Who is Iron Man 3 appropriate for?
It's rated PG-13 for all the action violence. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. There are a few intense moments, but I think it's good for kids 12 and up, and plenty of kids a lot younger are going to be seeing this movie anyway.
All right, so give it to me. What's your overall grade?
On the official LCJ report card, Iron Man 3 gets a B-. It's my lowest grade of the three films, but not by much, mainly because of the rough start and not enough good humor. But it's definitely worth seeing and gets the summer movie season off to a flying start.